The Malawi Defence Force is the state military organization responsible for defending Malawi. It originated from British colonial units formed before independence in 1964. Malawi Army. The Malawi Rifles was a unit in the Malawi Army formed on the country's gaining independence from the United Kingdom in 1964. Its 1st Battalion was formed from the 1st Battalion, King's African Rifles. On independence the battalion became 1st Battalion, the Malawi Rifles. They were based at Cobb Barracks, Zomba. On 6 July 1966 Malawi became a republic and Kamuzu Banda became the first president of the new republic. After the swearing-in ceremony, his first duty was to present the battalion with his own presidential color and the new regimental color. It was under the leadership of Brigadier Paul Lewis, a British expatriate. In 1964, at Malawi's independence, the Malawian army consisted of 1 battalion with 2,000 soldiers at Cobb Barracks in Zomba. The Malawi army is now made up of 2 rifle regiments and 1 parachute regiment. The military is organized under the purview of the Ministry of Defense. State Department IMET training documentation from FY 2003 indicates the United States trained Army personnel from the 2nd Battalion, Malawi Rifles, 3rd Battalion, Malawi Rifles, the Parachute Battalion, and the Combat Support Battalion. In 1993, the Army played a vital role in dismantling the dictatorship of Kamuzu Banda. After Banda announced multi-party elections, the Army intervened by dismantling Banda's paramilitary wing, the Malawi Young Pioneers, in one night during an operation called Bwezani, which means taking back or returning. This event marked a vital point in the ideology of the Malawi Army that was to follow. The Malawi Army was shown to have no political aspirations themselves, and allowed the democratic process to ensue in Malawi as guided by civilians. On 5 April 2012, when President Bingu Mutharika died, there were rumors of an attempted constitutional coup intended to prevent Vice President Joyce Banda from becoming president as outlined by the Constitution. The military, under General Henry Odio, stepped in and vowed to support and uphold the Constitution of Malawi. They reportedly stationed security members at Banda's residence during the news of Mutharika's death. This level of professionalism had a direct impact on the smooth transition of power. Malawi has signed the initial agreements joining the SADC Standby Brigade, the Southern African component of the African Standby Force. Air Force. The Malawi Air Wing was established with German help in 1976 with the delivery of 6 single-engine Dornier De-27s and 8 De-28 light twins in 1976 to 1980. Also in the same era, the Air Force received an Alouette 3, an AS-350 and an AS-355 Accuroi, as well as 3 SA-330HL Puma helicopters from France. A single BAE 125-800 was delivered in 1986. 4 Dornier De-228 light twin turboprops were acquired between 1986 and 1989 in part to allow disposal of the older Dornier products. In 1992, Douglas C-47S and PT-6A turboprops were delivered from the U.S. aircraft. Current inventory: retired aircraft. Previous aircraft that have been placed in storage or removed from service include the Bowsley BT-67, British Aerospace 125, Hawker Siddeley 125, King Air 90, AS-365 Dolphin, and the Alouette 3. Navy. As a landlocked country, Malawi has a very small navy with no sizable military craft. Malawi's naval force only operates on Lake Malawi and is based at Monkey Bay. The Malawi Navy was organized in the early 1970s, with the help of the Navy of Portugal that ceded part of its boats of the Nyasa flotilla operating from the then Portuguese province of Mozambique. In 2007, it had 220 personnel, and operated the following vessels: 1 Antares-class patrol boat, out of service since 1993. Service craft 1 unknown type landing craft mechanized, date of entry into service unknown. 12 Buccaneer inflatables, Buccaneer Legend type rigid-hulled inflatable launchers, in service since 1993.